The eye is made up of a concave lens. This lens reflects light towards the center of the back of the eye. It reflects light to this location as that is where the light receptors are most concentrated. Now, this allows for distinct images, whereas anywhere else with less receptors would result in blurry images. Now, the focal length of this lens varies due to the muscles around the eye stretching or compressing the lens, but is anywhere from 0.022 meters to 0.242 meters, whereas the diameter is 0.0242 meters. Now, using the thin lens equation and solving for the object distance, we can find the distinct visual range, as the image distance we desire is the same as the diameter distance. Now, solving for the lower end of the range, we arrive at roughly 0.242 meters or 24 centimeters. And at the higher end of the range, we get division by 0. However, if you think about it mathematically, any number divided by a number approaching 0 is infinite. Nearsightedness is most often caused by the muscles around your eyes no longer being able to stretch the lens of your eye. Now, this is necessary in order to see objects at long distances, or infinite distances, so to say. Now, in order to remedy this, you need a diverging lens in order to create a virtual image which is within your visual range, or the range of distances at which you can see. Now, the power or strength of this lens is figured out through the focal length, which is solved with the thin lens equation based on your maximum distance at which you can see clearly. This is as the object will be infinitely far away, so we can cancel out one of the terms as 0, as 1 divided by infinity is 0. And that leaves the frequency equals to your maximum distance at which you can see clearly. Now take that frequency, which would be negative, as this is a virtual image, and take 1 meter and divide it by your frequency, and then you'll get your power. And using that power, you can go to the store and buy a diverging pair of glasses at that power, which would be a negative power. The cause of farsightedness is similar to that of nearsightedness, in that it involves the weakness of the muscles around the lens of your eye. As they are weak, they cannot compress the lens of the eye, and as such cannot bring the focal point closer to the lens of the eye. As such, when you look at an object that is near to your eye, you cannot visualize it properly. And so, you must bring that object that is too close to your eyes and make an image of it using a concave lens at the minimum distance at which you can see clearly. As such, using the minimum distance you can see clearly as your image distance, and the minimum distance is that a standard person sees clearly, 24 centimeters as your object distance, you can find the power of a lens using the thin lens equation to find the focal point needed for the lens, and then dividing 1 meter by that focal point in order to find the power, and going to the store to buy glasses with corresponding power.